me get some more of my headphones, baby. Yeah.
What's up? Had to do this video for my boy Izzy, man. Izzy for real. Hit me up on the PM talking about this Illuminati and hip hop shit. This you know, all the how you can't avoid it. So I know y'all know what I'm talking about. You know, all these artists supposedly in the Illuminati or down with some Masonic cults or some secret society. And, you know, a lot of people see it as a big problem or a big issue. Brother Izzy shared me a video in particular, not the whole thing, just a clip from this new Lil Wayne shit. Him and Drake, She Will, the name of the song. And along with the clip came some images, you know, some very obvious images. See, this is, y'all ain't finna hear me say that shit ain't real. Like, there's no conspiracy, because there's something to this shit. They are not just putting out these images for no reason. Like, you'd be foolish to say that they ain't conscious of what they doing. Like, so I saw the images, you know what I'm saying? I see the signs and the symbols that they're using. I understand sigil magic, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you don't really understand sigils and the power of symbols and symbolism, then you basically can be walking around blind and being controlled without, you know, actually having to read a program. Like, this is the power of symbols. You don't have to read somebody say, go do this, go do that. The message is in the symbol. Your brain recognizes it, whether you do or not. It goes into your subconscious. So this has always been my take on the whole thing. Like, the people who we are seeing, people who they put in the public eye, are there for that reason. They are the visual. They use them to promote the symbol. The symbol is what they need to get into your subconscious. The people that are wearing it, though, these are just the puppets. You know, so this is what we need to be fully aware of. Like, we can't act like Jay-Z and Lil Wayne and all of them that got together and made some conspiracy to destroy the world or destroy hip-hop or whatever you could think they trying to do. Whatever they doing it because these are their orders. These people, do you realize that when you see one of these entertainers, they didn't even dress themselves? The outfit that they wearing is picked out for them. When the camera go on, when they do a photo shoot, they don't bring their own clothes. When they do videos, those are not their own clothes. So the images that you are seeing are being placed there by the director, by the wardrobe stylist. These are the people who are making those decisions, and their orders are coming from somewhere else. Let me take a page out of Black Dot's book, Hip Hop Decoded. See if y'all can. I like how he broke down the hip hop food pyramid. Y'all see that? You got your seat, you got your unseen hand, the Illuminati, who we keep talking about, sitting at the top, which is not the real Illuminati. We need to get out of that type of shit too. Like, stop making these people the boogeyman and giving them all this power. We are the Illuminati. The illuminated ones are the ones with the knowledge. So if we taught them, then they cannot become the illuminated ones. They can become a carbon copy, and they only got what we gave them. So we need to get out of that type of shit. Like, the true Illuminati, true illuminated ones are those with the knowledge, those who carry the knowledge in their DNA. I ain't talking about how many books you done read. So let's get back to this. So let's just say we talking about this Illuminati, which the people who are running this shit, you know, call themselves all kind of different names. But then you got the CEOs of the labels who you see. See, this is what we talking about. Once you see a person, then they ain't running shit. they've been put out there by somebody else who is in control. They done told them, go out here and make a statement. Just like the president. Then you got the producers. Then you got your artists. Fourth on the list. The artist is fourth on this chain. They are not running shit. Then you got marketing and everything. Then get down to you, the consumer. Pardon me. So the point of that is we can't get caught up into that. Like, if the Illuminati, who we call the Illuminati, is not even the real Illuminati, they aren't the people with the real power, then you know you fooling yourself if you think the people who they work for got some kind of power, some kind of real power. That's an illusion. That's illusionary power. They create that type of illusion just through their image. When they present their image for you on their videos and in magazines and in interviews, they selling you that illusion right there. So what's happened is that, yeah, we have been, and I don't know when this started, but I haven't been doing a lot of decoding throughout my hip-hop history. Like, this came with right knowledge and, you know, just decoding life, period. Once you start decoding shit, you're going to decode everything. And that's another thing that's important to bring up. This is not a hip-hop problem that you find motherfuckers doing that shit all throughout all genres. You find these images in different videos through, you know, this shit covers all genres of music. So the people who running this shit at the top of this pyramid, they not over hip hop. They over media. What you hear and what you see on a daily basis. Hip hop just happened to be one of those things. So the point is, let's not get caught up into the illusion of power. Pay attention to the people who really making the decisions. Those are the people who you need to be watching, and those are the people who you don't never see wearing 5-pointed stars and skulls and bones or even Masonic rings. You never know what or who they are, because that's how they move, in the shadows. You ain't supposed to be able to identify them. But as long as we keep saying, oh, look at Jay-Z, look at Lil Wayne, look at Kanye, then we ain't gonna never be able to get focused on them people who are hiding in the shadows. The people who got Kanye and Lil Wayne to wear that. The people who hired the stylists and bought the clothes that they wearing in the magazines. Who are those people? And them the people that we should be concerned about. Them the people who don't have shit to do with hip-hop. Period. All they give a fuck about is them little fiat notes. And we let them get away with that type of shit. Holding the right people accountable. Stop focusing our energy on the wrong shit. Because there's a metaphysical side to this also. That's why I don't like to talk about it. Because I ain't on that. I'm not spooked out by skulls and bones and pentagrams and none of that shit, because I understand the science of it. It's just like I'm not spooked out by the Illuminati when I understood what that shit really means and who the people who really hold the power to that science and those symbols. Then they eliminates all the spookism. You can't be scared of it once you know it's yours. You know. And that's something I talk about with other people. A sister said that to me recently, that we really just scared of ourselves. And that's what we be talking about when we get scared. Whoa, look at what the symbols, what is the devil? What does that mean? What, like, if you really wanted to get into the science of it, then you know that that shit is just you, another aspect of you. So what are you running from it for? Like, I don't have no problem. I don't even care about all that. See, and this is a whole other thing. That shit is only part of your reality once you're a participant. I don't watch that shit. Like, I don't even read they magazines. I don't watch these niggas' videos. So those images ain't even affecting me. That shit ain't even real to me. Like, that shit ain't part of what I see every day. I surround myself with other images. I make sure I'm putting other things into my head. I know that when I'm looking at certain people's videos, that they are conscious of the things that they put in their surroundings, and the images that they are portraying to the world. That's how you have to do shit. You can't just be watching, you can't be in the Matrix all day and expect that shit not to affect you. It's supposed to affect you. So that's my point. Like this, we gotta look at this shit from all sides. On one hand, they are being used as puppets and portraying these images for a reason. Not just the images, but the lyrics. We could have argued that, oh, they don't even know what this shit mean. They just doing this shit. But along with the images are coming the lyrics. They saying certain things that only certain people are supposed to really understand. See, that's when I say, now let's get to the other side, the metaphysical side. What would happen if you really understood what they were saying? What would happen if you really got what Lil Wayne was talking about the scales of the Libra? What would happen if you stepped beyond Libra and astrology and Greek shit and got to the real science of solar biology? It's not evil no more. It's not bad no more. Spookism has been taken away from it because now you only fear the unknown. And as long as they can keep you thinking that they on some evil shit and that shit is negative, that's the devil shit, then that could stop you from ever exploring it. You might not do the research because you just want to stay away from it. Oh no, I don't study that. But if you would have took the time to find out what the Illuminati, who the Illuminati really is, what that shit really mean, what do these symbols really mean, where do they come from, who do they really belong to, then you can take your shit back and use your shit like you're supposed to, and then you don't have no reason to be afraid anymore. See, it's a lot of ways we can look at this, and that's how I'm seeing this whole shit. And that's not how I always saw it. You know what I'm saying? Not, maybe just even a couple of years ago, I was just saying that all this skull and bone shit, like the whole rock star shit, how they trying to got us on that rock star shit. Like, I saw all of that as a part of the deterioration, the destruction of hip hop. I was on that bandwagon, no doubt, and I still think that there is a conscious effort to destroy what we call hip hop. Like, I mean, in its pure form, like what we created: peace, love, unity, and having fun. Like, I think that shit started in the early 90s. Like, soon as that shit became a business, it was a wrap. And that's just for anything. Once you commercialize it and make it a business and take it out of the hands of the people who created it and into some people who don't know shit about it, give it to them, and all they thinking about is money, then you get what you supposed to get. Like, we shouldn't be surprised at all if this should be surprised that the shit has made it this far with just some semblance of what it used to be. It's, you know what I'm saying? We should be lucky we can even recognize this shit in the state that it's in and the way we gave it away. But so, we got to look at all of that. And I don't get into all of that shit no more, though, about the destruction of hip-hop, because you can't destroy it, because it was always here. It didn't begin in 1973 or whatever year you think it started. It didn't start in the park in New York. It couldn't have started in the park. That's what I'm saying. Hip-hop is what it always was, just like everything is. Something from the past had to be used to create it. Everybody know hip-hop started with break beats and disco and all that shit, sampling shit that was already here. We still do that for hip-hop. So it just depends on how fast your perception is, how far you can grasp what I'm saying. Like, I mean, this shit been here from the beginning. I don't mean just since the 70s or the 60s or, like, I mean, nothing is new under the sun. Like Chris said, an ancient civilization has been born again. If you've been there once, you're going to be there twice. It's just a cycle. So I don't worry about nothing being destroyed or nothing doing none of that no more. Like, it's not. It can't be. And the more I pay attention, the more I see that it won't ever die. Like, it can't die unless you die. like Mos Def said, if you're worrying about where hip hop is and where hip hop is going, just ask yourself, where am I? And where am I going? And that's your answer right there. The more commercialized you are, the more worried about some fiat notes and getting your paper you are, then the more hip hop is going to reflect that. This is the truth. See, we can talk that Illuminati shit till we blue in the face, but they don't really run this shit. They don't run nothing. You are the generator. You are the battery that makes all of this shit run. No matter how much money they got, without no rappers, ain't no label. So don't act like the power is in the label. The power is not in the label of the CEO. The power is in the people. Real power is people. We got to get that through our head. So if we ever worrying about the state of anything, hip-hop is just a small representation, a microcosm of this macrocosm world. It's just a microcosm of the macrocosm of the universe. And we can keep going in and out with that. But that's why when people start talking about how crazy shit is in the world and how crazy shit is in a city or anywhere, you really just talking about how crazy shit is inside of you. How crazy things are in your mind, within yourself. And we are creating our reality all the time. So I didn't want to get all too far off into all that, but just so we know that, we don't have anything to fear when we looking at these dudes running around. Much as I hate to see it, you know what I'm saying? These leggings and leg warmers and stockings these niggas wearing, calling them jeans, and colorful mohawks and all type of crazy shit, calling it hip hop. Like, I can't tell them it's not, because it is, in the sense that hip hop is everything. Like, it ain't never, hip hop isn't jazz, R&B, blues. And you know it, the more you listen to it, if you into it, you know all those elements are in there. So, we can't exclude people based on our strict definition of hip-hop. No, hip-hop is baggy jeans and Timberlands and, come on, we know that shit. Those things change with time. Styles. But the essence of it is what it always was, that voice of the voiceless, those people who couldn't articulate themselves in another way, they did it with rhythm. That's how we always did. So anyway, I said all that just to say that don't get caught up in all that Illuminati shit. Don't focus on the puppets. Don't get caught up in the puppets, and don't spend all your time in the matrix, absorbing all that shit. But if you're gonna absorb it, if you're gonna be watching this shit, just like I saw the Watch the Throne cover, I'm gonna do a review to that album. That's gonna set off my first album review series. I'm gonna start doing some album reviews. But yeah, you look at the cover, and you see all the symbols, pyramids and the pentagrams and all that shit everywhere. But what is it? What does it mean? Once you know what those symbols mean and what they really stand for, then you took the power from them. They can't control you with them once you break the code. And that's what it's about. Be decoding everything. Just keep decoding. Just keep getting to this, what the real symbols mean. Get to the real meaning of the symbolism. And let's not get caught up in all that shit what these entertainers doing. What the Boule is doing. What the Illuminati is doing. None of that is. Hip-hop has always been a secret society in itself. For those who don't know, anybody, you can't just be hip-hop. Like, not in my era. That ain't how it was. So, let's not be so afraid of all of that shit. Secret societies and Who cares what them niggas is doing? Like, honestly. Like, that's what it really boiled down to. Why do we care what they doing, man? The brothers who not doing that type of shit are the ones we ain't paying no attention to. The ones who trying to put some real messages in their music and in their videos and whatever they doing. You know, we not paying them no attention. We can't be ignoring them just so we can bash Nicki Minaj and talk about them. Okay, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? That's more energy you giving them. Instead of talking bad about Wayne and Nicki Minaj, let's just talk good about motherfucking Immortal Technique and whoever you might like. You know, it really ain't that many people to choose from that's really doing it. We Dead Prez. You know, some of the dudes out who we consider conscious, I question a lot of them, and I ain't even gonna start calling out no names because y'all will start. I'll be getting haters on that shit. But yeah, I don't give a fuck about that. Like, I got just as much problem with so-called conscious rappers who do they Sprite commercials as I do, or Gap commercials, or any of that bullshit, as I do with the ones who selling liquor or whatever. Like, you know, poison is poison. Black nationalism is black nationalism. All that shit is the same. Like, either you part of the problem or you part of the solution. So you gotta hold everybody accountable. You can't just pick and choose the ones that we like, or the ones who old school, or who we thought used to be on some shit back in the day, or they said if you get lines here and there, you gotta be consistent. So, I don't know. I probably got way off the topic about that shit, but that's my message to you, to all the brothers, you know. Take your symbols and your signs back and use them the right way. Turn the pentagram back up the way it's supposed to be. Take the swastika and flip it back the way it's supposed to be. Take all that shit. It's just like, it's the same thing. They've been using symbols backwards and got you living backwards because you don't understand the symbol. You're not aware that you're being bombarded with all these symbols in the first place. And remember that every time you watching anything, a movie, TV, whatever you see on the screen has been put there on purpose. Ain't never nothing there by accident. Everything in the shot is there for a reason. So let's not just spend our time decoding shit that's obvious. Don't get so focused on the shit that they doing right in your face, because that's the shit that's doing the least damage. The things that are affecting your subconscious mind are the little things that you are not aware of, that's all around, all on the screen, being flashed. When you go to a movie, the subliminal messages that are being flashed in between those frames as that shit is ticking. Same thing going on with that TV. You're not seeing a solid image. You're seeing particles, a bunch of little beams put together to create what you call an image. So in that, are things that your brain is seeing that you are not aware of. So let us be focused on all that. Like let's not be so easily distracted. Some things are just a mere distraction. And how convenient would it be for them to have us banging on each other, pointing at each other like, nah, here they go right here, this the enemy. Good music and Rockefeller and Rock Nation, whatever. Instead of the motherfuckers who pulling the strings behind that shit, who own that shit, who are funding that shit. Like I say, they ain't wearing no signs and symbols. They in suits and ties and shit, walking around chilling, blameless. So that's all I got to say about it, family. Hopefully I'll have my review up soon. So y'all be healthy. Peace.
About Jay-Z, being Illuminati, or whether they got to Kanye, or whether or not they both gay. This is irrelevant subjects. Call us celebrity gossip. You're taking it out of the context of Lucifer's burning its subjects. We live in the projects. We descend from slaves. A lot of us don't even got shit and do anything to get paid. Who jigger that nigga ain't Satan, and West is hood at best. And if they homo